Hey YouTube, this is Breezy and Puppy. So, so in this video, I'm going to be reminding you guys that when you are in a state of mind where you need God, you know, those times where you are so sad or so angry, all you can do is like drop down to your knees and pray that God heals you from a situation or takes you out of a situation. You know, I had a couple of those moments, like in a relationship after a really, really big argument, and I just had to just totally surrender, just drop down and just scream like, please take me out of this situation. Please heal my heart. Please help me through this. Like those times where you really, really need guidance, right? Now, after experiencing a breakup, you know, heartbreak and betrayal, extreme disappointment, I made an effort to get closer to God by honoring my spiritual rituals. And I started to pray more. I started to journal more. And I made it a thing for me to burn sage and say a prayer out loud every night before I went to sleep, and every morning when I woke up, because those feelings of anger, of like animosity, revenge, you know, deep sadness, that those feelings were creeping up on me at random times of the week, you know, random times of the day. And sometimes I would just have to separate myself and just pray, because my emotions would be so overwhelming and my thoughts would be so overwhelming that just a couple minutes of thinking about the situation and how it ended, and you know what, everything that happened, it would just literally ruin my whole day. And it was really hard to get myself back on a high vibration after I already thought about something that made me angry or made me extremely sad, or you know, just really like enraged me. So so, you know, fast forward weeks and weeks after the breakup, I was continuing to do my affirmations, say my prayers, burn my sage. I would listen to healing binaural beats on YouTube, and I would just try to connect as much as possible. And the more I spoke and the more I wrote my feelings down, the more healed I would feel, right? But what I didn't take into consideration is you can't just do one healing ritual and be cured. You can't just pray one time and have all of your problems solved, at least your emotions. You know, once you pray and you put it out there in the universe, it's working for you immediately. But that doesn't stop your emotions. Like, that doesn't prevent you from feeling. So even though my intentions are out there through my prayers and through my journaling, I still have to deal with the emotions. So once again, um, I realized that, okay, so I realized that after a couple of days, like let's say I was feeling better, right? I'm like, okay, I'm not thinking about this guy no more. I'm not thinking about their relationship no more. Like, I'm good. I'm thriving. I'm saving money. Doing great with my business. Like, you know, I would, you know, be on a high, and then like some random conversation would pop up, or something random that would make me think of the relationship or think of the arguments and the breakup and the betrayal, and something would happen that would make me think of it, and I would be dragged back down to that rut. And I guess I thought that I was strong enough to just handle it, or, let me just not think about it and maybe it'll go away, because I've made it this far and I've healed myself and blah, blah, blah. But I didn't realize that I had to continue these prayers, these meditations, these affirmations, the journaling and stuff like that. I had to continue it. It wasn't just a 2-week thing. It's not a 4-week thing. It's not a 2-month thing. It's a everyday thing. It has to be a lifestyle, because anything in our lives can throw us off our paths. Anything can happen. So, to stay grounded, you have to know how to connect, and you have to make it a habit to connect at least every day. It seemed like I would be good. I would be thinking positive, and I would be on high vibrations, after I did my rituals and stuff. But like the next day, it's like I had to restart everything all over again, like it just erased or something. So I couldn't count on yesterday's prayer for today's experience. I had to continue to pray in the present tense and pray every single day, and not expect my prayers or whatever healing ritual that I did for myself to carry on the next day, because I'm still in a very vulnerable state. I'm still very hurt. I'm still very angry, and I try to lean into that. I don't ignore it. I can't ignore it, because I can't, I think about one thing that makes me angry, and it ruins my mood. So praying all the time, it has to be a lifestyle. I realized that it had to be a lifestyle. Writing in my journal had to be a lifestyle. It can't just be when I'm crying to God. It can't just be when I'm going through a crisis. It can't just be, when I desperately need help and I'm backed in a corner. It has to be a lifestyle. I want to stay on these high vibrations. I want to stay grounded. I want to stay on my path. I want my clairvoyance to be consistent. I don't want anything to throw me off my path. Even if I fall in love again, right? Even if I fall in love again, I still have to stay close to God and keep God first, because we have a tendency to fall into lust, and all of a sudden we don't see no red flags. So because I know that I have that weakness, that I tend to ignore all the red flags, and I only see green lights, I have to make sure that I am close to God, that I'm constantly communicating with God, constantly praying, constantly grounding myself, so I can strengthen my discernment, and I can say, okay, is my decision making based on worldly desires, low vibrational desires, lust, appearance, certain things that just don't matter in the long run? Or am I making choices based on truth, based on how God, wants us to maneuver in relationships, to get to know each other first, to have commitment to each other first, to wait for sex after marriage? Like certain things, it's like, I want to do God's way. Because the way I've been doing it backwards, totally against nature, totally against divine order. And it's been failing. And it hasn't stopped me from feeling that euphoric, feeling of love, but it proved to not really be love. What my last relationship taught me was what love is and what it ain't. Love grows. Love evolves. Love has grace and compassion for you no matter what you go through. You know, if we say, God is love, right? It's unconditional. I don't care how many times you bump your head, I'm going to pick you up. I'm going to dust you off. I'm going to encourage you, and I'm going to support you through anything. Love is forgiveness. Love is patience. Love is empathy, right? Love is, it's the highest vibration in this universe. So as the relationship was progressing, but the love wasn't progressing, I knew it was a problem. The relationship was progressing, but there was a lack of love as time went by. It was a lack of compassion, a lack of empathy, a lack of patience, a lack of grace, a lack of support. It just started to dissipate over time. The lust was still there. The laughs were still there. Like very surface level things were still there. But the true love was not there. And that lesson was so impactful on my life because it really taught me how to love myself. How can I expect someone to love me a way that I'm not loving myself? How can I expect someone to treat me a way that I don't treat myself? How? How is that even possible? How can I show this person how to treat me? How can I show this person how to respect me if I'm not doing it for myself? What about me makes me feel like I have to go back and forth with someone, fight for my respect, fight to be heard, fight for compassion, fight for my feelings to be considered, fight for my own freedom in my relationship? Why am I fighting for this stuff? As much as my victim ego would like to say, this person tried to control me, this person tried to hold me back, they tried to blah, blah, blah. I really did it to myself. I really did it to myself because no one had a gun to my head. I could have walked away at any moment. I could have said, no, I'm not taking this. I could have done that at any moment, and that person would have had no choice but to respect it. Whether they hated me or loved me, they would have had no choice but to respect it. But I didn't have that respect for myself and that love for myself. So I learned what love was. I learned what lust was. I'll never use that word love lightly ever again. Ever. I would never throw that word around like lightly ever again. Because now I know really what it is and really what it ain't. I know what love is. I know what love feels like. Love is not confusing. Love doesn't hurt. Love isn't pain. Love isn't control. Love is freedom. Love is understanding. So, back to what I was talking about with my prayers, I had to pray and journal as a lifestyle. I had to, and I'm still practicing. It's not like I've mastered it. I have to adopt those habits as my new lifestyle, not just when I need God to take me out of a situation, not just when I need God to heal my heart, not just when I desperately need God for strength. I want to have discernment and a clear mind all the time. So I don't ever get myself back in a situation where I'm not loving myself. And I'm allowing someone to have their way with me and enforce their vision on me, and it doesn't align with what I feel like true love is or a true happy relationship is. I'm not going to conform to something that I innately do not believe in. I don't believe that love is control. I don't. Maybe for children, but bitch, I'm grown. I got a daddy. I got a mommy. I don't need a partner that acts like my dad. I need a partner that acts like my support, my lover, my equal, my partner in crime. I don't need someone controlling me. I don't need someone telling me what to do, what to wear, what not to wear, who not to talk to, who not to associate with, what I should and shouldn't say online. What I should and shouldn't wear. If you don't like the way I dress, why is you here? If you don't like what I post online, why is you here? If you don't like who I'm friends with, why is you here? Do you like me or do you hate me? And me taking accountability, why did I allow this person in my life and cause so much turmoil and resistance in my life? Did I love me? Did I really love me? If I was my own guardian angel and I was looking down at me, going through all those ratchet situations and those ratchet relationships, what would I say to myself? I would be like, girl, are you retarded? Girl, what the like my fairy would literally be pissed at me if she's seen what I was putting myself through and what I was allowing in my life. So, yeah, I know I keep bouncing topics, but I had to learn to always keep God first so that my discernment is always sharp. If you're driving a car for years and years and you never get a tune-up, you never get the oil changed, that car is going to break down. When you least expect it, it's just going to break down. Same thing goes for our clairvoyance and our discernment. If we're not constantly going within, if we're not constantly connecting with God, if we don't silence the noise of our day and learn how to just be still, write down our intentions, write down our vision, and everything we want to manifest, praying to God, showing gratitude, repenting if you feel like, you have to in that moment. Just if we're not constantly connecting with with God and our own spirit, our discernment becomes cloudy. Our clairvoyance becomes cloudy. And all of a sudden, we're back in another toxic cycle, another karmic loop. Because our eyes were wide shut. We couldn't even see what we were getting ourselves into, even though it was clear as day. So, I'm working on putting all of my trust in my intuition. Whatever I feel, I know I'm right. That is God speaking through me. You know, we are not our thoughts. We just observe our thoughts. Right? Our thoughts could be generating from an energy source within us, or it could be coming from something from the ether. But, you know, whatever your belief is or whatever you want to believe, either way, it's a divine feeling. It's a true feeling. And I want to practice trusting my intuition. And not only trusting it, but acting on it. If I know that a situation ain't going nowhere, if I can't see this person in my future, what am I going to do about it? I'm going to wait till it crash and burn? Or I'm going to make a decision now not to waste my time. But I'm grateful because everything I've been through helped me build a stronger heart. Everything I've been through helped me develop tough skin. Everything that I've been through helped me develop a stronger sense of detachment, healthy detachment from things that I know do not serve me, are not serving me, will never serve me. And I want the best for myself. And I want to see me reach my full potential in this lifetime. And when I'm young, not when I'm 70. So I need to get on it now. I'm not wasting my life on low vibrational desires. I'm not wasting my life drinking, smoking, having sex, hanging out with no vision, no goals. I'm not doing that. There is no growth in your comfort zone. There's no growth. I want to grow. I want to evolve. I don't mind being uncomfortable. I don't mind applying discipline to my life. I don't mind sacrificing. So if I'm around people that don't want to have discipline, don't want to sacrifice, never want to be out of their comfort zone, you're going to hold me back. And the moment I feel that in my spirit, the first thing that I'm going to do from now on, before I act on it, right? Because sometimes, you know, you want to give people at least a chance, right? So instead of just like completely leaving a situation or cutting someone off and, you know, just deciding that, oh, we must not be aligned, I'm going to write it down. I'm going to write down my feeling. This is how I feel. This is when this person said this today, this is how it made me feel. This is what I think. I'm going to write down all my feelings just so I know that they're real. And as time goes by, if more things happen that support my feelings and support, you know, my intuition and what my intuition told me, then I know that I'm not tripping. If it doesn't resonate with me, it doesn't resonate with me. You could be an awesome person with someone else. Someone that is like you. Someone that wants the same things you want. But whatever doesn't align with me, I have to trust it. The first sign I see, I have to trust it. So, you know, once again, don't wait to ground yourself. Don't wait to go in nature. Don't wait to pray. Don't wait to say affirmations. Don't wait to meditate. Don't wait to journal. Don't wait to repent. Don't wait to pray to God. when you're just desperate and backed in a corner. The way you prevent yourself from repeating karmic cycles is staying clear-headed. You have to remain in that state of mind all the time, because if you don't, you can easily slip back into your old habits. So you have to stay close to God. You have to. You have to. Because if God isn't running your life and influencing your decisions, somebody else is. And if that person isn't led by God, who are they led by? What energies are they led by? Because whatever is leading them is now officially leading you. So stay strong in your faith and make praying, repenting, journaling, meditation, affirmations, sage, whatever your healing ritual is, make it a daily thing. Incorporate it into your lifestyle. Make it a whole lifestyle. So you don't ever have to get ready, because you stay ready. A few limiting beliefs that I am dismantling in my own subconscious is I cannot attract a man that is perfect for me, a man that is a provider, a man who has a honorable character, a man with integrity, a man who can communicate, a man who is honest, a man who is healed, a man who is accountable, right? A man who loves women, loves black women, a man who wants his woman to be the best version of herself, a man that hates to see his woman cry, a man that looks at me and everything about me he just loves. Like, I love how you do your hair. I love how you do your makeup. I love how you dress. I love the way you post. Like, I love everything about you. How can I add to you? Like, a man that understands that love is freedom. A man that understands that the way you lead a woman is by leading yourself. Lead yourself. A man that understands the importance of looking forward, never looking back. Don't look back at me. What you looking back for? Ain't you driving? Nick, we about to crash. Stay looking forward. I know what I'm doing back here. You ain't got to worry about me. You lead yourself, and I will willingly follow you. A man that understands that he is led by God, not by a relationship. I had to silence out all the pessimism online, all the negativity, and really just tell myself I can really have that. And I will really have that. And I'm already on the track because all of my relationships get better and better. I never regress in relationships. My relationships are never worse than the last one. They always get better. So as long as I keep growing as a person, and as long as I keep evolving, and the closer I get to God, and just the more mature I get, and the more self-assured I get, I'm going to attract that of the same frequency. So even though it was a fear in my heart, right, because of all this red pill content and woman bashing content and all this stuff that's supposed to put fear in our hearts, I had to silence all that out and say, you know what? I'm just going to keep working on myself because I have faith. I have faith. that I will attract a man that loves me for me and that doesn't want to control me or hold me back. He wants to exalt me. He wants me to be more of me. He loves everything about me. And I'll never, ever not believe that. Ever. I'll never not believe that. Even on the loneliest night in December, I will never not believe that. Because even though I am in my solitude, I'm still not alone. Because I have him. It, her, it, whatever God, I have it with me. I have it within me. I'm never alone. And connecting with that spirit, it has to be a daily thing. Because feeling alone, feeling lonely is not a good feeling. Feeling like you're going through life yourself, feeling like you have to figure all this stuff out yourself, feeling like you don't have no love and support and you don't have someone on your side, that can be a very scary feeling. But you got to remind yourself that you always have God with you, around you. And as long as you are continuing to tap in, you're praying, right? You're starting your manifestations with the journaling, maybe singing, maybe putting your manifestations in music. You know, as long as you are connecting, you will never be alone. You will always be supported. Always. Whatever you think that you deserve, continue to say it. Continue to write it. Continue to pray about it. Put it in your affirmations. Put it in your book. Put it in your diary. Put it in your music. Continue to say it. Because the moment you put an intention out there in the universe, the conspiring happens instantly. It's already happening. It's already done. It's already done. Now, you will get presented the opportunity, but you may miss it because you may have cloudy discernment and you may still be thinking on a low vibrational frequency, right? Only looking at a potential partner for their looks or the way they dress or, you know, certain things that don't matter. The real qualities, the qualities about someone's character that you want to attract, keep the qualities in mind. Keep the character in mind. So you're not ever distracted by the surface. You're not distracted by the sense of humor and the eyes and the smile. That's just a cover-up. Who someone is in here. And to continue to have that discernment and that clarity, you have to keep connecting. You have to keep going within, or you're going to lose sight. Everything on social media is going to distract you from your true desires. What your friends are going through is going to distract you from your true desires. All right. So, yes, I had to make praying a lifestyle. It's not just a save me thing. It's a guide me every single day thing. You know, it's not just a, oh my God, I'm going to connect to God. I'm going to call out for God when I'm desperate. Nah. I'm going to stay connected with God so I can prevent myself from even being in situations like that. I know not all situations are controllable, but if I can control it, I will. I certainly will. And I'm going to be able to identify toxic situations from a mile away. Because the way I treat myself And the way I learned how to love myself, I already know what fake love is. I can see it from a mile away. All right. So I'm about to go to sleep. I'm about to wash off my makeup. And I hope my hair does not nap up when I'm asleep, because I definitely don't have a bonnet. I sure don't. I have a scarf, and I think I have a lace band, but that's it. So pray for my curls. Pray that it comes out looking halfway decent in the morning and not crazy. And remember, make connecting with God and connecting with yourself a lifestyle. Do it every day so you can stay clear and you can strengthen and sharpen your discernment so you can prevent yourself from getting in the same karmic cycles over and over and over. You got to be clear in the mind. All right, so if you are not subscribed to my channel already, make sure you go ahead and do that. Turn on your notifications, and I'll see y'all in the next video. See y'all later. Peace.